Kemi, umva wagiye kandana umugozi mu cyumba cyanjye wa mashini nasizeyo. Shayihute tanzima. Hello. Welcome to another class. This is the late night class, and we are going to start by doing a little bit review of what we have covered from the past days. I know we have started coding, and I know some of you guys had some issues of how you can create a file. So how about if we can start by sharing the screen and see where we are now. Yeah, so I've already shared the invitation to the messaging app we are using, so please feel free to share your screen so that we can see if we are on the same page before we jump to the new codes. Yeah, so let's just check where we are and we can start from there. So I'm going to do another repetition of what we have covered from the previous class. Exactly. So I see so from the previous class, we have covered simple things such as creating a file. So let me share my screen. So you can see my screen now. And the first things I did is to create a folder, then open the same folder with the VS Code. So, and after that, you can see that I have the PHP folder here, and I have notes within this folder. So the first thing you do, you come to this icon here and you create a new file. Then you create an index file, and you name it index and .php. And this is how you create normal files within this folder here. So you can see that my files is now opened within this VS Code. Then that is the beginning. That is the where what we did from the first class. So again, it is very simple. You can create the folder, then open the same folder with the VS Code. Then after opening the folder, then you create a file by going to this icon. Then after going to this icon, you go to these, you create a file called index.php. So, and from the previous class, we have seen that in order to start a PHP code, you need to know some keywords. So one of the keywords you need to know is just like every PHP code starts with this line of code. So this is something you need to, know it by heart. So once you know that basics, like you know that every PHP code start with this line of code, then you can see this this white cycle here. This is to tell you that the files you are working with is not saved yet. So once I click Control S, which means I'm going to save these files, or I can go here, then save this file. You can see that they're showing me that I can either do Control plus S, which is saving the file, I can do just Control S, or I can change it again and come here and do the same. So it's going to save the files, and you can see that that white cycle disappear after saving the file. So again, that is the basics of what we have covered from the previous class of how you can create a file and how you can the basic things you need to know in order to start a PHP class or a PHP file. You need to start with this keyword here, which is race done and the question mark and PHP. So you need to know this. Then after that, we have covered simple things like echo. So So, for example, if you want to print something on screen, so we can do something simple as using this line of code of echo, then hello world. So if I go to my terminal, so if you don't know how I go to my terminal, let's just go to the, you go to your keyboard, then press Control plus P, and if you are on Mac, it's Command plus P. Then you go to this and you open the terminal. And here you can open the external terminal or you can open the integrated terminal. So what we are looking for is the integrated terminal. So the difference is the there's two different type of terminal and all works in the same way but in different ways. So like the integrated terminal is going to open within the VS Code, then the external terminal is going to use the whatever terminal you have on your OS. So if I do this, you can see that the terminal open within the VS Code, so which is going to point directly to my folder, and I can run PHP code. I can type PHP here and follow with the file name I have. So remember, the file name I have here is the index.php. So this is the something you can do in order to execute the files you have within your project. So if I do that, you can see that it's going to print the hello world to the screen. This is the basic things this program is doing. So that's what we have covered from the previous tutorials, and I tried to explain basics of PHP and how it works and how you can write a simple things and be able to go to your terminal and execute what you have done. So from this simple terminal, you can even go beyond, maybe do some calculation. Let's say you have number one, and you have this number is equal to 12, and you have number two is going to be 20, for example. So because we are in programming and programming is all about logics. So if you can think of anything that you can, can turn that things into a program. So now I'm thinking about adding two numbers, and the first thing you need to realize is this thing's called variable. So what is a variable anyway? So a variable is just so you want to make sure that a machine, a computer, will be able to remember something, and the way it does it is just putting something inside the computer memory. So that is a two-way advanced, but to put it into simple terms, is that a computer needs to save something in order to use it later. So that's what we call variables. So variable are going to hold some values within a time of execution of your program. So what do I mean by that? So let's say that when this program is executing, so remember the program reads from top to bottom. So that is to say that when a program is executing, it's going to start from this line, which is empty, and is going to find nothing on this line, on this second line. Then you go to the third line, then it finds that there's nothing on these third lines, and it's go to the fourth line, and it's going to find that I have this variable. The variable has a name, So a variable should have a name. So my name of the first variable is the number one, and the second variable is going to be number two. So I will explain that. So then it go to the second line, then it find, oh, okay, I have this variable. So I'm going to save this value, which is equal to 12. I'm going to save this value into the variable called number one. So what it does that is going to create a pointer to your computer memory so that it will always remember the value of this first variable. Then the second thing it's going to do is going to go to the fifth line. It's going to also do the same. Then at the point where you need to use this variable, let's say that you need to compute the sum. So then the sum is going to be the number one plus number two. So, and now at this line of code here, which is the seventh, is going to just remember what you have stored within the first variable and be able to add the second variable to this variable you are creating here. So if we can save our example here and do the same things, so let's just do PHP and do index.php. So I didn't print anything, so you remember what to do if you want to show something on screen. So you use echo, and you echo something you want to print on the screen. So in this case, I want to print the sum of these two numbers. So if I do that and if I save it, so you save it first, then you go to your terminal. Remember the way I'm going to the terminal is just going to Control P and you open the integrated terminal. So you can type the integrated terminal here, then you open it. So of course I'm using the shortcut, but that is another way you can open the integrated terminal within the VS Code. So once you have that covered, so let's go to the sum. How do we print the sum to the screen? So the way you do that is just come to the integrated terminal and you do PHP and index.php, and you open it, is going to print the sum of those two numbers. So what did we cover to this point is just simple things. How do we define variables? That is the first thing. So the second thing is how do we use the variable that is already defined first in the memory. So we learned that in the first place the computer is going to save whatever variables you have. Value is saved into a variable and it's going to prepare that values into a memory so that you can use it at any point of time. So, and what if you have two variables? Let's say that one variable is called number one, and you do a mistake and you do the number one again on the fifth line. So, how it is going to handle that? What do you think? So, so the way it is going to handle that is pretty simple. So it's going to take the first variable and it's going to save the value 12 into this variable. Then it's going to let me print this variable here. So let me do this and let me do echo and number one. So what is the value that we are going to have on this 11th line? So because we have done a mistake of like calling the variable name we have on line 4 is the same variable we have on line 5. So the value we have from 12 will be overwritten from 12 to 20. So let me show you that. If I do PHP then space index of PHP, it's going to be 20. So that's what I was explaining. So at a point of time, I said that my variable number one is going to have 12, but I defined the same variable which have the same name. Then the computer is going to say, okay, So this person has made a mistake. So maybe he wants me to override the variable I have from 12 to 20. So that's why in order to avoid that problem, we need to name the second variable to number 2 so that we can have two different variable that has two different values. That's where we are able to avoid the variable to be overwritten. So that is just something simple we've done from this series. Is just to understand how variable works and how to write a simple PHP program, and do a little bit of logic of like how you can add two numbers. So from that perspectives, then we can grow from, let's just do a simple advanced calculator if you want. But the simple things to understand here is just how variable works and how you define the variables, and the do's and don'ts of what you need to take care of when you are dealing with variables. So I'm going to take a time for you guys to share the screen one by one. I think in the stream there is one person, so you can share the screen so that we can see the progress and move on. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so I was done by explaining the variables and how the variables really works, and the do's and don'ts of variables. I think it's time, if you are ready, so that you can share the screen so that I can be able to help you.
All right. Mm, mm, Are you able to see my screen?
Oh, let me stop sharing first. Let me stop
Hmm?
sharing. Okay, you can share now. You can. Did you share
Mm,
it?
Yeah.
I cannot see it. Maybe you need to see if you did share.
Okay. Let me show it again. Share screen. Share. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Follow these steps. Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
There's a pop-up that Chrome has lost permission to capture my screen.
Yeah, you can give it the permission to capture the screen. I think it's just about giving it the permission. So maybe you need to click somewhere to arrow the permission, or maybe you need to go to the settings and privacy. I believe on MacBook there is a privacy somewhere. You need to, like, let me see if I can find something.
The application window. Share. I don't know why it's not sharing.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, there's privacy issues you need to solve. Is it possible to share? Please follow that so you can enable it. You see the comment?
Hmm?
You see the comment under the video.
The comment?
There is a
Oh,
comment I shared video. So the first thing you need to go is to go to security and privacy.
hmm.
Are you able to go to the security and privacy?
In my settings, in my
Maybe you
computer
can
set.
go to there is a, yes, there is security and privacy. If you can type like, I believe on MacBook there is a wide search. You can maybe press
Security
the
and
the
privacy.
the yes. Now
I'm
once
there.
you are on security and privacy, then select screen recording from the left side wrist.
I'm coming.
Can you see that?
Um, um,
From security and privacy, you can see screen recording on the left side.
Screen recording.
Yes, click on that.
I can't see that.
In security, are you on security and privacy?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be there. So I think, oh man,
Mm,
it should be there.
there's general, file vault, firewall, privacy.
Yes, click on privacy.
Mm, mm, I can't see screen recording. Oh yeah, yeah, I
So
got it. Among
you,
other options.
yes,
hmm
yes.
So now I
You quit the program and you join again. So then it will be able to record. So you close the program, the link I shared with you. You close it and you open it again. You'll be able to share the screen.
saying the same thing.
Yeah, did you enable it?
Let me go back.
Yeah, so let me share another link maybe. Can I have
Screen recording.
maybe you did not enable it.
I'm not able to do that. I'm trying
Okay.
to enable. I'm trying to enable Chrome to record my screen, to record the contents of my screen, or my Sims not working.
Yeah, so if doesn't work, I think we need to find a way. Maybe that's something we need to fix in the next class. So I will try to share you the link so that you can do you can find how you can do it before the next class. How about that? Hello?
To check this box
Hello?
to allow Google Chrome to record my screen.
Yeah, that's maybe something we need to fix. So, do you have Zoom on your computer?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, maybe I will call you after this class so that we can I can help you. Then maybe we can
Uh,
do that in next class.
yeah, okay, that'll be
Sound
helpful.
Yeah, sound good. Yeah, let's do that. So that's what I had to share on this class section. So I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of code base. I just want to start little by little
Hmm,
and make sure that everything is within, like you are able to perform the same thing as I'm doing in the class. So let's pause for now, and then we'll move to Zoom, so where I can help you to set up the Chrome things.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.